There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Power Up at a different time this week. Thank you for being so understanding. Maude and I were just talking about how crazy our days are, which makes sense why there was no sound for so long. Huzzah! Yeah. But welcome. If you're watching this on Geek Bomb, you can pretend that none of that ever happened and this is like at the normal time. But if you're watching it on Twitch, you get the real behind the scenes, huh? Maude, how are you doing today?
So well, the whole time I was muted, I was telling you that I was cleaning food out of my teeth. So there you go. But I've got a really massive day, and I'll tell you all about it during the playing section. But thank you guys for being accommodating. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to talk about power.
Yeah.
We'll bring in Catniss. She's always here to help us do things too.
Wait, say that again?
We'll bring in Amy Cassandra Martinez because she's always here to help us out doing Power Up too.
Yes, we will. Boom. Hi, Amy.
Hi!
How are you?
Okay, how are y'all?
We're good.
We're doing our thing.
Playing news.
Yeah, playing news. The Last of Us, Part 2. Pretty big deal. It's been 7 years since Part 1 was released. There is merch available for pre-order on PlayStation Gear Store. According to IGN, their fastest player finished The Last of Us Part 2 in around 23 hours, which is one less hour than a full day. I know math. And the slowest player spent 42 hours before credits were rolled. There are 13 chapters in total. People were freaking out about it. Some people stayed up really late playing it. What are your thoughts?
I think we've got the wrong set of assets for this one. I think that's reading at the moment. But you know what? Today is a GG Friday. We all going to just chill out because I've been working all morning. And you know what? Trisha's been working all morning and we're trying to do everything. And we are just three women attempting to take over the world. That's all this is. That's all this is. And my lighting's not really there.
There it is. Amy, can you succinctly tell us about The Last of Us news one more time?
Yes. So this is The Last of Us Part 2. What you will see on your screen is some merch that you can get for pre-order on PlayStation Gear Store. There's a backpack, there's a shirt, there's some stuff. And that is the poster. Yeah. So it's 13 chapters in total. And over here you can see two of the leads, of course. Shannon Woodward plays Dina. Ashley Johnson plays Ellie. I remember Dina from Raising Hope on Fox. It was a sitcom.
Okay.
So, yeah, interesting fun fact. IGN's fastest player took 23 hours to play the whole game, and their slowest player took 42 hours before the credits were rolling. So, yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments below, of course, if you guys are watching this later, how long you think it'll take you, or if you were like super game to start playing. Do you like that? Super game?
I have an answer. I'm a completionist. So it will always take me as long as it can possibly take a person to beat a game because I have to explore every nook and cranny and try every different possible kind of alternate reality timeline that I can in any given game. Now, that being said, I'm a little terrified to start that. I'm going to start this game. I'm going to stream it on Sunday, I've decided. I'm a little terrified because not only is it a scary game, and I don't do very well with scary games, but it also is a game that people have said is just kind of like a beat you down, hard to play through, but feeling like it's necessary for everyone to play it. So I don't know if I'll end up doing a full stream of the entire playthrough of the game. We'll see how Sunday goes. Because, you know, everything going on in the world right now, and especially in the US right now, is already beating you down. So do I really want to jump into a game that's just going to beat me down and make me feel even worse? I don't know. So we'll see how I'm able to handle it.
So many copies of Animal Crossing have been sold.
Right.
It is just the perfect escape. It is like, honestly, a form of meditation for some people. It's just a way to do very little and not have any chaos or any negativity or any, extreme emotions. It's just nice and placid and just chill. I attempted to play The Last of Us. I bought the game when it first came out, and then I actually tried again a couple of months ago on my PlayStation, and I don't think I'm really good at this kind of gameplay. For me, it was a little bit reminiscent of Tomb Raider, where it was like, do you want to just go in there guns blazing? Do you want to hang back? Do you want to try and stealth around? But I noticed with The Last of Us Majority, like you have stealth. You have to walk slow. You can't create noise. You can't have fast movement. And for me, wanting to just be like, yeah,
Right.
clickers come up to me and eat sort of like my neck out. And like Tomb Raider, I couldn't stand dying over and over and over again, but I wasn't obviously willing to adapt my gameplay style to accommodate for the game.
Right.
So I think there was like this one part where it was like underneath a subway and there was a lot of like rubble and debris. It was a really dilapidated sort of building that I had to crawl around all of these clickers. And I couldn't find an exit. And for like 2 hours, I'm going around this grid trying to get out of the room. And because I couldn't, I was like, well, that's me done.
Oh, that's frustrating. No, thank you. I played BioShock for the first time like a few days ago. And I was like, ooh, and I was very jumpy. For someone that loves horror movies, I was like, I don't know if I can do it.
BioShock and BioShock Infinite are completely, like such different games. I actually never really got to play BioShock because of those more horror components. I don't like jump scares in games. I just don't have time for it. My heart, that is, it doesn't have time to beat that fast because I die earlier. But I loved BioShock Infinite. I loved that game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Amy, will you be playing The Last of Us Part 2?
Probably not. Unless people like strongly convince us or me or whoever
But you love
to do so. I know, but there's something about a game that like the fact that
horror, yeah,
like where something could be right behind you and you're like, crap. Like in a movie, if someone's behind you, then it's like it's fine because then they're gonna show you. It's different. But hey, I would try it, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. So yeah, and I mean, there's been tons of big gaming news this week, but Last of Us coming out today, the day that we're live streaming this, and over the weekend, is probably going to be frontmost on people's minds. So thank you, Amy, for telling us what's going off. All right.
This
Maude,
is what
are you playing?
We're going to start with me. I have been playing Reality RP. So as you know, over the weekend, D&D Live 2020 has been happening with a bunch of celebrity D&D games. And, you know, hands are a little bit tired because usually for D&D Live, you know, it's in an auditorium, it's on stage, it's like a big public event. And that can't happen this year, obviously. But they tried to do everything they could with what they have. And one of those things is kind of like a mafia werewolf kind of game where everyone in the group seems innocent, but one is sabotaging the rest. And you have to find out who that one is. In our instance, it's a cultist. And it's a little bit of a confusing layout. And I don't think even all the players really understand what's happening. But here's the best way to follow along. All of the champions of 10 towns has an Instagram account. Just look up Reality RP and then the names. And then 10 people, obviously, we're all playing the characters. I am Danae Zortel. She is a barkeep. She runs the Lucky Liar in Lonelywood. So obviously she's not the cultist because she's a kick-ass business owner.
Obviously.
What's happening is 10 Towns is obviously a very frozen, desolate place, and there's going to be a really, really long, harsh winter. So everyone from 10 Towns gathered supplies and we locked them in silos so that we would all be able to kind of survive over the harsh winter. But one night, most of the silos were burnt. There was a big fire and it was obviously on purpose. So we're trying to figure out who did that. Shoosh. Yeah, right.
Maude, I saw a bunch of people in Twitch chat when we first started saying, how did Danae change her hair so fast? So there are definitely people here watching Power Up today that are involved in Reality RP.
Actually, I have to post a story right now for one of the
challenges. Right now. Do it.
Guys, can I tell you about the challenge that I just posted then? We had to do a trial of bards. So yesterday I did a trial of brawn where I had to drink really fast, as I do. But then today we had to do 2 challenges. One was the trial of artificer. I'm never going to get that word. Artificer.
Yeah. Yep. Artificer, that's what I would say.
How would you say it?
Just like you did the first time, artificer. I don't know if that's real, but that's how I would say it.
Yeah, in my video, I forgot one of the syllables of that word. I think I just said artifice. Anyway, and I built a cocktail using the names of like my favorite D&D spells. But then for the Trial of Bards, they wanted us to perform. So your girl Danae took Maude's favorite karaoke song, rewrote the lyrics to it to fit in with the campaign, and then sang that. And I edited in the subtitles so that people could sing along.
Nice.
I'm just doing a flex, and I can't sing. I did it in one take, but anyway, it just went up. Give it a
Very
like.
nice. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat in Twitch chat says, "You know what they say? Here, Danae, gone tomorrow."
Oh, that was a good pun. Oh, that was really good. Oh, I can't believe I haven't even thought of that yet. Maybe I'll do it if I get killed.
There you go. I figured you would appreciate that, Maude.
I love puns. But yeah, tonight, Friday, there is another live challenge where we'll be accusing everyone. And I actually still have no idea who the F the cultist is, and I really want everyone to help me. It's getting bothersome because the person that I thought it was, you can see in the picture, Garrett there, played by Xanderific. I thought he for sure was the cultist, but he's already been put onto the council of people who decide who the cultist is, therefore is not.
Okay.
And so I had to apologize all morning.
So yeah, so it's like an ARG. If you guys remember, there used to be ARGs all the time. Like Ingress was a really big ARG and had like mystery events that you could go to in real life and stuff like that. So it's cool that that's what Wizards of the Coast is doing. And it's awesome that you're involved with it, Maude.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really interesting. It does involve a lot of social media and following a lot of accounts. So if you're invested, there's a lot there. But if you're kind of a little bit worrisome to get in, yeah, it can be a lot. But yay, thanks for everyone who's giving it a red hot go. What are you playing? What's Stream Raiders?
Yeah, so I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake finally on stream. So I'm sure in the Discord we can go to the spoiler channel and talk about the spoilers. And it's now that I've finished it, it's been really interesting to see people's different takes because Chapter 18, the final chapter of Final Fantasy VII Remake, makes some choices that fans of the original were not necessarily super thrilled with. I am a fan of the original. I actually like the direction they chose to go at the end of it because it makes me more excited for the next chapter in the remake series. And that's all I want to say about it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't gotten there. You should be able to go into it like I did without knowing anything. So I'm going to leave that there. And also Stream Raiders, which you see just over there. This is a game that the devs reached out to me and were like, hey, this is a way you can play a game with your viewers on stream. Cool. In between other games. So like if you're doing something like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering Online Arena where there's matches and like in between matches or like people who play Apex or, you know, whatever, in between matches, you can play this game. It's a free-to-play browser-based game. So viewers can just open up another tab in their browser to jump in. And we did it one day just to be like, oh, this is like a nice way for us to be together and hang out. And then everyone enjoyed it so much that I did it again this past Wednesday, 2 days ago. And it's something that I think I'll pop into my streams from time to time because people seem to be really enjoying it. And there is a whole Stream Raiders community out there that will jump from streamer to streamer to just keep getting scrolls and coins and like in-game currency and level up and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just been, it was unexpected, real good time.
I like that. I like more inclusive games like that because honestly, I just had this yearning where a big part of my childhood was on the same screen playing GoldenEye 64, playing Mario Kart with my brothers. And it was such a couch co-op for me was such a social experience. And then I kind of realized more and more it was a very isolating experience. Yes, you were playing with people online, but you were always by yourself. And it kind of seemed to take the fun out of it in that way. It stopped being sort of like a social thing and started being more of like a, isolation thing. So I kind of like that even though you're on a stream, you're able to kind of bring people in together more. Yeah. I just wish the last local co-op game that I played was Borderlands.
Okay, yeah, Borderlands is great for local co-op. Nate and I have run through a Borderlands together for sure. Sprinkles the Dragon Cat says, last year at TwitchCon, I went to the Stream Raiders booth every day. I didn't even know they had a booth at TwitchCon last year. Like, I totally missed them. I didn't know until the devs just reached out to me a couple weeks ago and were like, hey, you want to try this? And I said, sure. Mighty X29 in chat says, Stream Raiders is actually fun. I know, that's how I felt too.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So thank you to everybody who joins my army when we do that and kicks some major booty on behalf of the Dragon Riders, because that's what we do and it's a good time. So thank you guys for being here today. We all appreciate you so much. And thank you, Amy, for being here. Let's bring Amy back in for Bombs Away Q&A.
Yeah, let's have a little bit of a Q&A. Amy, what do we got question-wise?
So this one is from Patreon, but as always, I will be getting one right now from Twitch after this one. So this one is from Nick Perry. So make sure to go to patreon.com/geekbomb. What locale would you want to visit most from a book, movie, or game? Not the world, a city maybe, or store, or bar, or maybe a particular character's home.
Wow. I mean, in terms of... That's a tough one, isn't it?
I mean,
so just a locale.
Super easy for me, Bag End.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go to Bag End, and I'm short enough that I don't think I'd have to duck. Bag End would be great. I'd like to be there every day. R.I.P. Ian Holm. We love and miss you.
I know. I have... So you've been to Bag End. I've been inside the TARDIS. And there was something exhilarating about that. And I think that, you know... I would love to experience being able to be outside of a, you know, police box and then walking in and it just being this massive interior of like a time traveling vessel. That to me would be pretty cool. And I've only had like the fictionalized version of that and it was still legit. So that was a good question, Nick Perry. Have we got a question from Twitch?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to try to say this name. Snajkin 2. Snajkin 2. How do you feel about all the remakes of games? Fun, or give me something new?
I'm noticing the remakes happening more in television than games at the moment. I know that we just had a Final Fantasy remake, but I never played the first one, and apparently it's a completely different game.
It's different. It's a lot different.
Like Link's Awakening, like I don't think I really played Link's Awakening on the Super Nintendo. So for me, that was like a really fun game to play. So I haven't really been feeling that lethargic kind of like churning out of properties that I played back then. I'm kind of playing them for the first time. But I'm noticing with like television properties, they're like, oh, we should do this and we should give it a sequel and we should revisit it and we should and it's like I'm kind of wanting a little bit of more originality in terms of watching content.
Yeah, for me, as long as the remake is different enough from the original, and that could be in many different ways. That could be updated graphics. That could be new additions to the storyline. As long as it does provide something new for people who've already played the original, I'm into it. If it's a remake that's just the exact same thing, then why would you even bother making a remake? So it doesn't frustrate me as long as it's done well, if that makes sense.
Sweet, that's playing done. Look at us go. Hell yeah.
Woot woot.
Thanks for everyone who's chatting along live. Thank you for listening to us playing with D&D Live and a bunch of different games that you're playing. The Stream Wars one sounds kind of interesting. What was it called again? Stream
Raiders. Yeah. So your whole community like gets together and then attacks as an army.
Man, as soon as I get a little bit more time and can figure my life out, I want to jump on Twitch again so bad. I just want to play more video games. I just have to understand this PC.
I got you. As soon as I can actually come over your house.
Yeah. I got Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Now it crashes all the time. It freezes, so the only thing that I can do is restart. And I tried the little troubleshooting thing, which worked the first time, but now no.
Oh no.
I just crashed.
Oh no, you did. You just full on your PC no-no'd you.
But don't go anywhere. We've got watching, and then after that, some reading. So yeah, stick around, guys. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're following Trish on Twitch. We'll be back.
Yes.